Hopefully it's working. I see a red light. I see a dizzle in here finally. There we go. I was
You
just
say
telling folks
finally
in
like it's
chat.
my fault.
Well, I did text message you the link, so you very well could have emailed
I can't.
yourself the link.
I can't. I've tried that 100 times before, and it never shows up.
Really?
Yeah, crazy, huh?
Okay. Well, I'll just next time I will I don't know. I was gonna think of something smart, but I mean you're just so damn handsome over there, buddy.
I mean, that's
Looks like you
nothing
got the
new.
beard all trimmed up, and my golly,
It did.
handsome
Dude,
feller.
it is fucking hot here, man.
Yeah, we can see you're on location out there in the Nebraska. We thank you for taking time to hang out and join us. So tonight, Mr. Dizzle, he was asking me what's the show tonight going to be. It's going to be fishing questions. Y'all bring your fishing questions. We're just going to hang out, talk fishing, hopefully
Do
have a
some
good
trivia.
time. Do some fishing license trivia, probably sprinkle some in. And hang out. And I just noticed the door's not shut. We got a stubby dog back there too. My
Oh
basement's still a
man.
mess. Punch still making me feel like less of a man with a dirty dog basement. Where's he at? There's the old stubby dog. What do you think, Moose? Yeah, you wish I'd clean the basement too? Oh, such a good boy. Uh-oh. The batteries are dying in here. Okay, so what do we got for questions? We're going to try to get to as many questions tonight. Pay the mostest attention to the chat. My ear things are dying. I forgot to plug them in. Dizzle says it's hot out there in Nebraska.
Yeah. It's gross
Okay,
out
can
here,
y'all still
man.
hear me?
I can hear you. I mean,
Uh-oh. Dizzle froze?
no,
Am I
I didn't.
froze?
I'm
Why can't I
still
hear
moving
anything
around
now?
on my thing. It was just a little slow, I think. Maybe, I don't know.
There we go. Okay, I had to plug those in. Okay. So,
Okay.
Dizzle, recently it was your birthday. Were you holding up something? Did you get something there?
I happened to. I happened to pick up something. I don't know if you want me to show right now or not.
Sure,
You
yeah.
want me to show it
What
off right now? Okay.
do you got? Yeah.
It's just, it's got a little. Any guesses? Any guesses based off of that little glimpse?
It looks like a Shimano with the handle, is my guess.
It's a very good possibility.
Oh, the Curado DC. Is that the new one or the
I don't
what
know.
was
How do I know?
the new one just came out that is what 200 size?
It's
So that
the
would be the
mic.
150.
This is the 151 HG.
Okay, yep. So that's the 150 size. Perfect. Great all around.
The crazy thing is I went out and I bought a bunch of line, did the whole 9, got it schooled up. Wasn't paying attention. I was out at this lake, and the male carps in this lake were not being gentlemen with the lady carps. So it was like very aggressive. Very, very aggressive.
Really? I thought they spawned later, like in summer.
Well, dude, what's the temp there?
I think today it was 74 high. Tomorrow I think it's supposed to be 85 almost.
It's still 80 right now. 80 and humid as crap. And then
that's what you get for being out there.
With like mid 80s, almost 90 tomorrow. Redunculous. Anyway, so I go to do this little pitch underneath a tree, and I wasn't paying attention. I got hung up on a branch, and I'm pulling it back, and didn't think anything of it, and ended up, it must have broke somewhere along the line as I was like, pulling out the bird's nest. I got a little bit in there and, reeling it back in and whatnot. And then I went to cast it, and then just the jolt from casting, it broke inside. The line broke in the spool, like wrapped up in the spool. It broke somehow. So then I noticed line was like, how sometimes if you get a bird's nest, it'll like flip out at the bottom and like slap your hand a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was doing that. And I'm like, what the heck? I thought I got that all the way out. No dice there. So it was broken. So I got to, I don't know, cast it maybe a dozen times before it blew up and was broken, and like the line was snapped in like 3 different spots, and I'm just like, whatever.
And that was the DC, right, that you're talking about?
Yeah. And that was my fault. it was just a stupid cast that I made, and
Might be somewhat backlash proof, but not all the way.
well, yeah, I mean, it was totally my fault. But either way, I was down at the local bait place that I normally go to when I'm out here, and I was like, "Hey, do you got any Shimano's, any Shimano like Curados or anything like that?" And he's like, "No, bro, I hate those things. Blah, 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 I hate them." And I'm like, and then he's like, "Well, we got this Metanium, and we got this Zillion, and we got this." And I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! I didn't get that much birthday money, bud. Come on now."
We know you got all decked out in the new Googie rod, Googie line.
I do
We know
have
you
that.
got it all.
I do have that Guggen reel in my car still. There's in a
He
bag
does.
of stuff I grabbed.
So I'm running through, pinging a bunch of questions here.
Okay.
Was it Vince? Whoever I just had said had a question for Dizzle, but I didn't ever see the question. I've started some, but I'm just going to start going through, and we're just going to start hot. This or that, A-rig or swim bait? I would say swim bait. I've caught more fish on a swim bait. I can count on maybe, I'm assuming you're talking like a large swim bait, a glide bait. I did just get some of these that I want to try. So these are some of the X Zone swammers, and that's a pretty big
nice
swam bait. So I do want to give these a go, but like as far as big swim bait glide baits, I'd throw that over an A-rig. I just not an A-rig guy yet.
Have you tried or seen the 13 fishing? I picked some up. The Coalitions, I think they're called.
Never heard of it.
The Dean. I'll see if I can find them in a bag here real quick.
The Dean and Keith Jardine.
Yes. Yep, exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna mute here so I can rustle through this bag just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, good. Wouldn't be alive without you rustling through clamshells and bags. David, if you could only use one bait during the post spawn, what would you choose? I would honestly say probably a Texas rigged like flipping pitching bait. Post spawn for me, when those fish.
I almost want like a spinner bait or an underspin or something like that.
I'm saying wacky rig.
Really?
I don't know what point in time in the post spawn, but if it's that funk into where they're starting to eat, anything up shallow that you can still find will be eating a wacky rig. So I'm going wacky rig.
True. I'll change my mind too. I think I would take a free rig.
No, you wouldn't. We know your answer would be jig.
These.
Oh, never seen them before. Those are cool.
They are.
Like a little mullet or something.
4 1/4.
Shad?
This is the
Shadlet?
American shad. 4 1/4. They're a ½ ounce a piece. Have you ever seen these little things right here?
Are they pre-rigged? What is it?
No, those little things are. What does it say they are? They are the nose anchor. I assume that you're supposed to use that in correlation with either the nose, the screw, the bait keeper screw, or something else. But these, like, they just kick, like, because they have this big.
I'm not sure what kind of witchcraft you're getting into there. I don't know about any of these things that you're talking about. Here's one for you though. Brennan is in the house. Will you ever start making your own jigs, Dizzle?
Look at that thing.
Huh. Those look good.
Big old paddle tail. It's got the indentation on the top. It's split on the top and the belly. So you kind of
it's just like a screw lock hook.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never seen those. Are they on the warehouse of tackles? Let's take a look.
They are, I believe. So I was looking it up just to see like what it's supposed to do, because there's no real rhyme or reason to it.
Just because you're saying that, I'm going to start a little shopping list here. I know I've cut way back on the tackle buying. Believe it or not. But I need to get some underspins. So let's first check out this 13 Fishing Coalition Tradition.
South Jersey fisherman, you say it's to keep it from tearing so easily? What do you mean? Like, because the screw lock's already in there, so it shouldn't tear that easily, right? Or am I wrong?
I don't know. I couldn't really tell what the thing was that you had.
They're just like little, those what's that one rig where you it's like a wacky it's the Dean. Is it the Dean? Peony. Yeah, an American shad color. No, not that one. That's the Banff.
Oh, this one?
Yes.
The Dine?
Yeah. So it's these
Natural
little things.
shad? American shad, this.
American shad. So it's these little...
Huh.
You probably can't see that whatsoever, can you?
I'm sharing, sorry.
Can you?
Hold on, let me make you large here.
There's no way in heck you. So it's got like a... Where am I at? Okay. It's like a little
I can't tell what the hell that thing
dart
is.
type of thing. So I figure you put it in the screw lock somehow, and then you shove this into like the actual nose of the plastic. I don't know. It's like a little dart or a little arrow type of thing with no fletchings on it. But
never heard of her.
You ever heard of a frog pond that you shoot arrow or bows in?
Shut up, Randy. Let's see. Okay, well, I don't know anything about that. I can't see the little pieces, so that's not.
Yeah,
relevant.
it's just really weird. I didn't notice them at first.
I've got a question for chat. Let me start scrolling down here. What do you all use as your go-to underspin? I was using fish head underspins the past couple days and got on a couple really good bites. However, the 3 that I had were all sent out to Davy Jones' locker, either through casts or branch snaps. And I forget what happened to the other one. Oh,
what was your question?
Favorite underspins. I need to stock up on some underspins because I've got a bunch of the like the flashy swimmer, like the EWG ones, but I want some like fish head ones. So the what's it called?
What do I use?
Is it fish head? Is that the name of the ones?
I use the VMC
blanking.
VCM. Which one is it?
I think you like the Berkeley one the best.
Yeah, I do like the Berkeley, but I have a bunch of the VCM, VMC, whatever it is.
VMC.
I did pick up, and I don't know what I did with them, but I found some 6 Sense. 6 Sense has a few.
Screw lock, yep.
Yeah,
and I've used those before. The thing I don't like about the 6 Sense ones is if you have any sort of plastic that like has a belly on it, this seems to hit and it doesn't look like it's like turning.
Yeah,
and I don't know. That could be just me, but I like the screw lock on it though.
For me, the getting the bait on there with the screw lock's a little tricky as well, where it can be tricky. Somebody said the Gamakatsu underspins. I don't know if I've ever seen those.
Liza hates the Corrado MGL 70. Wow, I like that one. Ooh, Bassin with Big Malone has a good question. I'm going to star here. I'm going to try to run through and star some of these questions. A couple people asked about the Trika rods or Trika rods. I've never used those. I think I saw a thing on Instagram the other day, but I'd never heard of them before that. So I'm going to try to zip through here real quick and ping some of these. Got some people saying hi. Of course, I do always want to thank my members, just like Liza. Always appreciate you folks going over and beyond and above and donating every month. That is super cool. Of course, you don't have to be a member. I appreciate everybody that watches. Just something extra that those folks do. So I always want to make sure I give you a thanks. Man, I am zipping through a lot of these and not really seeing questions for right now since we're just kind of talking. Braden, good question. What, Moose? What? On 2, let's see. Titan. Okay. I'm going to zip forward. I scrolled through quite a bit there. Okay, so what do we got here? I use the Berkeley underspins, the tactical ones, 6 Sense, flashy swimmers, bait and tackle underspins, and flashy swimmers. I've never heard of bait and tackle. All right, let's go over do some shopping here. I want to add some of the fish heads, but I'd like to find them on sale. I usually only buy those when they're on sale. Yeah, see, I like the Fusion, how it like hangs down a little bit farther. I should probably grab some of those.
Have you had any issues with the ones that are, what was it? What is that one? The bass. It's the bottom one. God, where's my thing at?
Yeah, fish head. Fish heads are the one that I use. $6 a pop is a little
So
pricey, but they work well.
the one right next to it, the fish heads next to that one you were just on, the finesse underspin. Do you have any issues with that, like thicker wire? Go to the left. Sorry.
This one?
The thicker wire that comes off of the jig head itself to the swivel. Do you have any issues with those or have those break at all?
This part?
Yeah. Well, that's that
I
actual
haven't yet.
swivel there also, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't remember what brand it was, but I've had those like break.
Huh.
So it's not like a little, place where you put your swivel onto or guide your swivel through. It's just like a weird piece of, I don't know, powder coated metal or something. And I've had them snap off before.
I've had a bunch of the owner. I know these aren't the owners, but the flashy swimmers, this piece breaks off. I know you can buy new ones, but those seem to break all the time, which kind of sucks because I really like them. But okay, well, there's some ideas for some. I don't know what the bait tackle ones are, Brendan. You'll have to send me whatever those are.
So with the screw locks, I never realized how much I don't like the screw locks without a center pin until the only ones I could find today didn't have a centering pin in them.
Yeah, those owner centering pins are money. Somebody asked,
big time.
this or that, never eat B's and G's again or never go frog fishing. Yeah. As much as I love B's and G's, there's all kinds of good breakfast stuff, but not throwing a frog, that wouldn't be right.
Right.
Let's see. Good question there. Ooh, another good question. Randall Pink Floyd.
Man, so this is kind of one of those things that we continue just to talk about. This is almost a new gander, Denali rods. I was hoping that there was
some now?
I was hoping there was someplace out here that there was like a dealer around here. And do you remember on the Denali rod website, there used to be a spot that you could click and be like, where's the dealerships at? Local dealerships near you per state or via each state or something. Not out there anymore. Can't get to it. Bummer.
I don't know, Dizzle. 'Tis a mystery. Okay, let me jump over some of these starred ones real quick. Okay, what's my go-to frog? Man, there's a bunch of good ones, Bill. The Spro Bronze Eye is a staple. That's kind of like the measuring point for me. Best budget frog, I think, is the Booyah Pad Crasher. I think with those two, you can cover most of the bases. Then you can kind of start to dabble in some of the other fancy ones. But if I were just to have like a regular go-to frog, it'd be one of those probably.
I would say a pad crasher. I mean, not necessarily budget, but the Spros are nice. I love a Spro frog. Just overall, they seem to hold up well. They take mend it very well as also. So if you do happen to run into a pike, they do stitch up pretty good.
Very important for Dizzle's testing. They have to hold up and repair well with mend it. Let's see. Bass with Big Lung. Good question here. Which do you pick for May? Buzzbait, crank, jig, or frog? Chatter drop shot. For me, May here in Iowa, we don't like really get on a hot top water bite. I guess I haven't pushed it enough, or maybe I'm not comfortable enough like really getting on that. I know people will start throwing the buzzbait now, but I feel like the frog bite really turns on in June. I feel like that's like frog time. I'm excited. Right now, out of all those choices, I would go chatter.
I don't even know anymore. It's like
and drop shot, you should just take off that list. Don't ever say that to me again.
100%. In the past, I want to say probably still a chatterbait. Also, I would probably agree. But
bullcrap. We know you're picking jig.
No, I'm gonna throw a jig regardless. But I feel like I have better luck with a chatterbait.
Oh, okay. That time Fair enough.
Year, you know.
Okay.
I can catch big ones with a jig sometimes, but
I appreciate it. Okay. Braden, good one here. Spring question. I know you've answered part of this before, but what's your opinion on water temp to start throwing topwater? And what's the first topwater lure you grab each year? Spook? Okay. So for me, water temperature, I mean, obviously it can vary, but once I feel like we start hitting 55 degrees consistently, and it's not like all funky systems and stuff running through, I feel like once you start to get on that consistent, like couple weekish incline, then it's on. Now, again, there's always going to be situations where that's not the point or that's not the case. The time that I talked about me and dad getting on that crazy frog bite, that was May. That was early May. And that was an insane frog day. Each of us caught like a dozen, all like pound and a half, 2-pounders, just a bunch of males back in a muddy spot where the creek came in right into the lake, and we crushed them. Is that normal for me around here? No. But I'm not saying that it can't be done. I would say probably my first top order of the year consistently that I can think of is probably a buzzbait.
I guess
Spook, man,
I just don't throw a buzzbait enough to have like a consistent answer on that. I would think I'm probably not going to catch a topwater fish until I can catch one on a frog. Just because maybe like a plopper or something like that I might throw on just
I was
for
gonna
funsies.
That's what I was gonna say was a plopper or a buzzbait. Spook for me is like fall. I think fall. And we don't have the lakes here where I'm getting on the crazy shad spawns. We have shad lakes, but it's not like I'm running around chasing the early morning shad and stuff like that with a spook. But for me, it's fall. Fall, I love throwing a spook, walking the dog. But spring for me, yeah, shallow fishing, buzzbait, or a plopper until we get into that frog season.
Mm-hmm.
Chat, let us know your answers too. I'm going to jump over here and look while I'm switching over, because Fishing Fix, this rolls right into this question. Perfect segue. Do you have favorite buzz baits? I don't. I was actually just looking through my stuff today because I got on a pretty hot bite today, and I thought to myself, I guarantee I could have been catching them on a little buzz bait, a 1/4 ounce buzz bait probably. I don't have a go-to. Like, for the most part, I honestly struggle to find a buzz bait that runs 100% straight like all the time. So I've kind of given up on that. I know the firecracker. The firecracker's a money one. It's pretty loud, so it's not like a finesse buzzbait. Yep, that is a money one. I know a lot of people have said the is it the Mega Bass Jamaica Boa? Tons of people have raved about that one.
Dude, I think you nailed it. You nailed it on the head when you said that this firecracker is probably one of the buzzbaits, one of the few buzzbaits that I've used or do actually use ever. That is just like tie on and go.
Why is that? Why do you think that is? Because I catch you throwing a plopper and a chopper all the time. Why do you think not the buzzbait?
I think primarily because you can stop a plopper and a choppo on top. It's not going to sink if you stop it. So it's not a constant. You have to keep rolling it. And the places that we fish, if you're fishing topwater, usually it's a lot scummier and grosser. Maybe there's just a little bit on the top, but if you get below the surface, you're done for. You're going to come up with all the vegetation in the lake on your hooks. So I feel like you can stop one of those two on top and it doesn't sink down, and you get into less trouble that way.
Okay. Let's see. Ethan, War Eagle. Yep, definitely have a number of the War Eagles I've used. I like a little 1/4 ounce early on. I feel like just that kind of finesse hit gets me more bites. But I honestly, over the years, I've switched really more to like a plastic buzzbait. So either a frog or one of these.
A naked kind of.
Yeah, a plastic buzzbait instead of like the skirted. But Crocodile, I've heard a bunch from them.
What's the one from Strike King? Is it the Buzz Toad?
Yeah, I think it's the Buzz Toad is what they call it.
I do like those. Those are nice.
Crocodile.
We had a good time with some Buzz Toads at that Pike Lake
type.
That Pike Lake where you can stop before you get back to the other side and walk through the deep brush. We had a couple of good days down there with those and good times.
Okay, I'll try one of these. What do they have? What sizes? 1/4, 3/8. Okay, so my question is, whoever uses these, is the blade the same size on all of them? Because if it's not like a finesse 1/4 ounce, I don't mess with it. I'll just go with like my regular. Usually I throw a 1/2 ounce, to be honest, if it's like the large blade. But if there's a difference between like the 1/4 and the 1/2, I'll size down. So somebody let me know. I'll pick up one of those. Well, there you go. Old Clacky McGee in the house.
God, that
That's
clack
not,
on the
it's
with the
not loud
second
or
one.
anything.
Oh, is
Um,
dunk dunk. Debo punching his microphone 16
Dirty
times.
Jigs buzzbait. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna go in the middle and add 3/8, one of each color. Grab some of those. Okay, so let's see.
Does it have a wire diameter on there for what the actual wire is?
I don't
I was just
know.
curious. I'm looking at the back of this firecracker package, and it says it's a 1.4 millimeter wire.
Dirty Jigs. Oh yeah, the Scott Canterbury. Yeah, I like that one. I've used that one. What's the other one I really liked? It's the Hank Cherry. Oh, Picasso. As far as plastics, I thought that thing was killer. Little 1/4 ounce. If anybody's looking for a good plastic one, the Picasso, and I think there's like the skirted ones that people have said they really like. I've not got into the other Picasso ones, but I can tell you the plastic one was my favorite last year. This one. So it's the one that Hank Cherry did with them, and it's got this like lead piece. It's got like a hook in it, molded into the lead. So when you run your soft plastic up over it, it kind of grabs the front of it. Let's see what else we got from chat here. Buzzbait.
Have you used?
Indiana's got some good feedback. Yep, a lot. Coontail grass, shallow, 8 to 13, early 57-degree water. Yep. Let's see.
Have you used any
Hayabusa
hooks?
Hayabusa hooks? Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some Hayabusa. They're good.
That's what I ended up picking up for belly weighted.
Oh,
and they don't have a freaking, and they have a weird screw lock too. It's really kind of
the screw lock's kind of janky on those, if I remember. Is it the cone shaped?
Yeah, let me pull them out real quick. I do like, and yet again, why doesn't everybody do this? You'll never be able to see it, but right here on the weight, it's got the weight on there.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see that?
No, I can't see the weight, but yeah, those have the cone shape. Yeah, yep.
They're weird. I
wasn't a huge fan. Like you said, after using the center pin ones, the owner center pins, it's hard for me to use any other screw locks. They're just they're good.
Honestly, I'm not a big change out components on lures a whole lot, but if I have all of my stuff with me, because I have like a couple of packs combined into like 1 or 2 packs of centering pins, I will change those out because they just work better. I don't know how to explain it other than they just work better.
They do more better.
They are gooder. Gooder.
Strike King. Okay, yeah. So some good. I didn't see anybody saying what if those buzz baits are different or anything. Multiple people said Dirty Jigs. That's the only Dirty Jigs buzz bait that I saw. Did I miss it? Deerte Jigs.
Deerte. Joe Deerte.
Joe Deerte. Try and spice
Black's custom buzz baits are good.
That's the only one that I see. So unless they have another one that is not on here.
Did you hear me?
Let's see. What's that? What?
Black's custom buzz baits.
Black's
Robinson.
Oh, and a 1/4 ounce accent high rider. Let's go look at this real quick. I do like the accent stuff. They make good spinner baits. Let's see. Accent high rider. Okay, so what do we got? I don't see a high rider. Oh, here. Oh, a double. I'm not a huge fan of the double ones. I'm not sold on them. I'm sure they run straighter, so they have 2 blades.
Oh, the side by sides, blades.
Yeah. Like if you want a ton of commotion and stuff, I feel like I've
used some, and they, God, was it rolling because they were just off a little bit?
Finesse. Oh, hey, I like the look of these. Okay, chat, let me know. Have any of you used the accent Wheeler finesse buzzbait? See what I mean? See, this is like more of a 1/4 ounce that I'm talking about with the smaller blade. I like having both options. That's a small blade compact buzzbait. I'm going to try a couple of these. I'm actually going to go the black with the gold blade. I like that one. And I think I'm gonna go threadfin shad silver. Like both of those. Okay, so grab a couple of those. What else is chat? Oh, the Black's custom
The
buzzbait.
Spro Bluegrass Black Bassin said for you to check out the Spro Clone Junior. So excuse me, Spro Cyclone Junior. I assume buzzbait.
Huh, that's interesting. So
What's that?
theirs has this is the Black's custom buzzbait. Oh, I like how it has the screw-in piece there. This has got I
Yeah.
don't know what in the hell's going on here. So the
Is there a
clacker has
different
like a
picture?
bead. So it's got like a bead. The clacker must come down and hit this bead, and it's got two rivets that holds the bead there. Huh.
Huh.
I've never seen a contraption like this. Wonder how straight that flows though, because as you're bringing us over the top of the water, it's going to be what keeled like that, right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay, not sure how I feel about that. Interesting.
Check
Okay, let's get to some
Spro
more
Cyclone
questions.
Junior.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna get another question going here. I pinged a whole bunch. Do you have a? Oops. Okay, we
Yeah.
got that one. Fishing fix. Thank you, Mr. RPF in the house. Best lure to use in that slimy green bottom algae. Okay, so Dizzle, you got the pond or lake we're fishing that's got the slimy green
Mm-hmm.
bottom algae. How do you attack it? Because you can't use your beloved
It's
jig.
gonna be obviously it's gonna be moving. I would like to say you could try using a free rig if you had enough salt floatiness in your actual lure itself. But I would
Salt
probably
floatiness. That's
yeah.
the
So
technical term. Oh, look at what is this? Catch my
whoa,
eye and call me silly.
what even
Chrome
are
pink
those?
back and chrome purple. How deep are these?
I was gonna say those look deep.
Oh, 9 to 14 foot. Anything over 12 feet, I'm scared of. Go
Right.
deep,
I'm
go
just gonna lose it.
large.
It's just gonna break off.
Yeah, those are cool as hell, though. Okay. So anyway, slimy green stuff. You can't throw your beloved jig. Oh, the Spro flapping frog. So I do have to say this real quick. In Gramps' picture, he was fishing the Spro flapping frog, caught his first frog fish. And did anybody notice that the frog no longer has the weight on the belly, but they have the weight molded on the hook inside there? Like I said
Hmm.
before, what they should do to fix it.
Crazy,
I
crazy how that
question,
works, huh?
dude, I question what kind of testing went into it and what kind of feedback they got, but
I
I'm
don't
sure
know
they
why.
listened to me on my video, and
Probably.
I basically fixed it for them. So
I don't know
they
why
they need to send me royalties.
I don't know why anybody would make a frog unless it's like patent pending issues or copyright issues where the weight just isn't on the hook directly. I've had so many, different frogs. What are these scum frogs? Or not the scum frogs, the tournament frog? I don't know what they are. Doesn't matter. I've had so
Okay,
many
anyway, green.
frogs where the
Oh
weight would
yeah,
just fly off.
yes, yes, but not in 3 to 4 casts like this one.
Right. I would use
Okay, so green
moving
bottom
of some
algae,
sorts.
like what?
I would probably like, hmm, depending on depth, I'm probably using something I can move a little bit quicker. My go-to moving it seems like these days is just an underspin.
Underspin. Man, I've been crushing them the
Underspin.
last couple days on the underspin.
Either that or like just depending on the rest of the structure, maybe a chatterbait. Realistically, depending on the time of the year, also maybe something topwater if we could work out that time of day, other conditions. Topwater is going to work. Might as well give it a whirl, something
Yeah, I
loud
would.
topwater.
Yes, yes. So it depends on watercolor conditions, kind of like Dizzle said. But so for me, I'm thinking either I've got to stay above it, moving fast enough to stay above it, or fish the water column height instead of
Hmm.
horizontally. So I'm saying find structure, find overhangs, find a log, find whatever you think is there and throw like a wacky rig. Or it could be a Texas rigged stick bait. And I'm fishing vertically to try to catch those fish where I think they are, spot fishing. If I'm covering water, like Dizzle said, a frog up top, because obviously top doesn't matter. The green stuff on the bottom,
Would you ever think
doesn't
about
touch
like
it.
a weightless worm, anything like that?
Yeah, that's what I mean, like a stick bait, like either that
Oh,
or a
okay. I
wacky
thought you
worm.
were just Texas
Yep.
rigged. Okay, yeah.
Um, or yes, or a very light Texas rig, like a finesse Texas rig, where that weight's going down, and I'm letting everything else just kind of come down after it, depending on how deep, how thick. Um, Otherwise, swim jig is always good because you can usually keep it right above that stuff, and it's not
Hmm.
as mucky grabbing. And one other thing I would say,
go for it.
I was just going to say, try using the trilene knot too, because it will tend to grab less of the gunk than others where the tag end is pointing forward. The trilene knot, the tag end points back. So as it comes through stuff, tag end isn't pointed forward, grabbing stuff.
And if it's a soft plastic, you can usually carry that along as well.
Yep. Marketing and sales Dizzle. Yeah, we need to get Randall hooked up with a marketing and sales job at Mendit. I feel like he would be the.
He was talking about the weight on the frogs potentially. Why doesn't everybody just do that? Was my initial question, but yeah, I'd totally work. I'd go door to door selling Mendit, and everybody would buy it. If not, I just mend the doors closed.
Hey, you want to buy any of this? No, get out of here, nerd. Okay, mend it in the lock shut. Good
luck getting out your house.
Later, nerd. Okay, so we got Randall Pink Floyd's. Nick had a good day today. Crushed it on the jerk bait at a kid. And holy shnikes. This cat, talk about somebody that's lost. I think Nick's lost 140 pounds now. He's down to like 190 something. Nick, how much do you think I weigh? How much do you think I weigh, Nick? Or chat, how much do you think I weigh? I'm 6'1". Let's put this in perspective. I think when Nick started his journey, I was about that weight. Now how the turntables have turned. Anyway, this or that, swim jig or soft swim bait of any size. Oh, and that's what I was going to say, Randall Pink Floyd. When you go with your moving bait, move down a size. So if you normally fish like a half ounce or 3/8, try going down to like a 1/4 ounce swim jig or a 1/4 ounce underspin, something like that, where your normal fishing speed, you fish, I don't know, here, and you're getting hung up in it. That lighter weight is going to help keep it up for you too. So, okay. So this or that, swim jig or soft swim bait of any size. I would say swim jig. I usually have more luck on a swim jig. Swim baits, if we're talking like a paddle tail swim bait, is always one of those that I throw and I'm like, dude, there's anything in this lake will eat this. And sometimes it catches the sun out of them, and sometimes it's like, why is there nothing eating this? It looks so good.
Do you remember that season that we really concentrated on those little dart heads and small paddle tails?
Yep, the little skinny,
that was fun.
Little dipper.
Yeah, little dippers. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we had some really good fish that year.
I would probably say I just like swim jigs, man, because I'm also going to throw probably like a paddle tail or something on the back of it too. So I'm getting the best of both worlds.
Ooh, there's a good question from Fat Guy Basson. Joshua Simonson in the house. There will be no need for a giveaway. Joshua, I'll just send it to you tonight since you're here. Let's see. Oh, we got the guesses coming in. 215, 230, 220. Somebody guessed that I weigh the same as a drop shot, so non-existent. 210, 198. Mendit your Mustang to the driveway. 240, 223. Everybody's right in there. I think 225 right now. Mike M, I would say, is pretty on the nose. So Debo, little tubby, chubby than I'm used to.
Ooh.
I was 235 though. So
who Ken Starks, the Miyagi? You haven't thrown those in a minute, huh?
I have not. Dizzle does need a jig tattoo. I figured when he saw the shirt from the Burley guys that says flip around and find out, he was probably going to get that jig tattooed on him, but he hasn't yet. So
you see, you gotta have one that looks good, you know? You can't just and you got to think about long term also. I'll do it.
Oh, Liza coming in with the funny comments there. Sorry, Dizzle. Too many funnies in there. Let's see. Debo, can you stand up for us? Is this to see my weight? Or y'all want
Everybody's thirsty.
Butt? This is me. 6'1", thick. I'm built like an old whiskey barrel. I'm kind of like old whiskey barrel Debo. What's that?
Like, I have confused Debo. Like, if he's gone into the woods for something, if I kind of catch him out the corner of my eye, I kind of see him as like a Sasquatch or something coming through the woods.
I am kind of hairy. Oh my gosh. Speaking of coming out of the woods, I hadn't even gone out to fish yet today.
How many ticks?
Ruin it. One in my truck, and I hadn't even got out to fish yet. Was crawling on my coat when I was getting gas. dude.
Where'd he come from?
I don't know. I mean, I'd fished a couple days before, but
Are there any benefits for ticks in the world? No. The answer is
no.
no.
I hate every part of them.
Like, there should be no reason for ticks.
Yeah, those and mosquitoes, just horribleness. Okay, Austin, this or that jig head. Oh, I thought he was going to say jig was the question, and then okay, so jig head or weighted swim bait hook for 3 to 4 inch paddle tails. The simple answer to that for me is always, am I around stuff that I'm going to snag? Then I always go to this belly weighted swim bait hook. If I'm not, then I like the open hook for better hookup. But if you're fishing around like reeds and grass and stuff that you're going to be ripping it through, or from the bank around a lot of wooden stuff, I just go with the screw in and then go with like a flashy swimmer.
Have you seen those Z-Man paddle tails? I was fishing one the other day when we were out around that one place. There was a bunch of like lily pads
is it
that
the
we were
diesel
throwing at.
minnow?
I don't remember what it is, but it's got like fleck and speck inside of it.
I don't like the diesel minnow. I'll say right now, I don't like them.
I'll see if I can find it real quick.
I don't like them. I don't know why. I've thrown them a few times.
Oh,
I will say another swim bait head that I like for if you guys and gals just like to throw the regular swim bait hooks, or like just a regular swim bait, like an open hook. As far as finesse, I really, really like these VMC screw in. And what made me think of that is I was throwing a diesel minnow on it last year. Looked really good, but yeah, this VMC hybrid swim bait head. Get ready, take a drink.
Yay. There he goes. Let's see. I think, Debo, can you still hear me or nah? I'll take that as a nah.
So the eyes fall out pretty quick. If you're really attached to the eyes, they don't stay in very well.
Speaking
you know what?
Eyes,
got to throw some Mendit over them. Mendit would save it, but that's what it looks like. I'm just not a fan of the diesel minnows. Those VMC heads I like a lot though.
No, it's not one of those. It is.
These are a finesse swim bait head though. I mean, this is a pretty thin wire. It's not like crazy strong, so keep that in mind. Okay, what else we got?
I was throwing. Dang it. Yeah. So, which ones did you say you didn't like? The diesel
minnows. Yeah.
What size diesel?
Oh, do they have different sizes? I don't know. This size?
They do.
What is this?
They got 4, 5, and 7 inch.
Oh, this is a 4 inch. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like it.
So I think I was throwing that too, but I was throwing it in the. It's called opening night.
Yeah, I still don't like it. I don't care what color you're throwing.
The belly's got like.
Don't like it.
You know those the jerk baits, the couple of different, like the Shimano jerk bait that has that
like the big
flickety flackety stuff in there. No, you know what I mean. The reflective kind of foil inside of it.
And these?
Look up the opening night.
It's
on Tackle Warehouse. I mean, don't sass me.
Okay, so what are we looking at here? The diesel minnow.
Yep, opening night.
By the man of the Z.
I'm fairly certain that that's the one I was using. I liked it. Could have just looked up opening night too. Just saying.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's the Manners. These are 3 inch. I think I'd like those.
Oh, wait, those.
These are the minnows.
No, it is those. Sorry, my bad. Do they have an opening night in that color?
Yes.
The diesel, I know they do.
Am I sharing?
Yeah. Yeah, you're sharing.
That one with like the confetti in it?
Yeah. Well, yes. But it looks a lot better than what that is. With that picture.
Horrible.
Shows.
It's horrible lure. You made a bad choice.
Sorry. I'll go sit in
I'm just kidding, Dizzle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't like it. I don't know. Okay. No, I don't know. No idea. Catch fish on them and tell me I'm wrong, and then I'm fine.
But at the end of the day,
Tex
I hate elastic.
Yeah, I'm still kind of on the fence with anything that's not a Ned rig Aztec. Texas Longhorn Debo, how can you reuse the pre-rigged swimbait hooks after the plastic is unusable? Okay, hold on. How can you reuse the pre-rigged swimbait hooks? So are you talking about like the hollow body swimbaits that have it in there? It might be the same type of hook that is made for like hollow body swimbaits. So you might be able to just take it out of that and put it in like a Straight King. Oh gosh, what do they call
So the
those?
only thing
Those
that
are
I
the
can think
only
of
ones
is
that
like
I've
the
thrown.
Northland tackle pre-rigged, or like a dark sleeper's almost like a pre-rigged, like something like that.
Oh yeah, if it's a dark sleeper, just go throw it in the water and don't fish
Yep.
it because you're gonna get
Throw
it
it in the
snagged anyway.
garbage. Don't pollute the water.
Yeah, good point. Thanks, Dizzle. Unless you're fishing from a boat, but fishing from the bank, I just snagged the hell out of them and I didn't have good luck. What is it? It's not the caffeine shad. That's the jerkbait, right? What's the hollow body swimbaits from Strike King? Shadalicious.
Yeah.
So I don't know, something like that maybe.
But those aren't my
Right? Aren't these the ones that are the
those.
hollow
They're not
body?
pre-rigged though. They are hollow
No,
bodied.
but I'm saying you could use it in
To an
those.
extent, they're hollow bodied. I think there's like the tail
Is a
gets.
Bass Tricks. I think a Bass Tricks is another. I don't throw the hollow body stuff a ton. Bass Geek would be the guy to ask on these. He goes between the regular swim baits and hollow bodies and all that. But anyway, yeah. So that's, I don't know if that's what you're asking, but that would be my my use for them. Okay, Fat Guy Bassin. Best rod you've used for topwater / jerk baits from the bank. Man, that is a tough one. I've got a few that I really like. I would say out of all of the Okuma rods that I have used, the one that I was most impressed with was the Guide Select, and it was the 6'10", I want to say, for jerk baits, topwater. I really liked that rod. Some of the other Okuma rods I just wasn't a huge fan of. But that one, and I don't think they have many different like models in that one because it's like a crankbait rod. That was one that came to mind though, because I did really like that one. So that is this rod, and oh, they got more than I thought. But it's
So
the 6'9", and I have the 7 foot as well. But for jerk baits, it was that 6'9" medium that I used the most.
When the talk is topwater, you're talking about like walking bait or something like that, not necessarily a frog, right?
Yeah, so I would think like
Okay.
a popper or like a smaller like a boyo spook or something like that.
Probably one of the more successful rods that I've used on any type of jerkbait or anything like that had got to be the Mojo Bass Topwater. I don't remember what it was because it's been forever since I've used it. And then God, what's the other one? The St. Croix Avid X that I snapped in half that one time. And then got a new one.
If you're looking for a budget rod, I got the 7 foot medium. Hank and I were talking about this. He got the 7 foot medium heavy, and he was really surprised by this rod. I got the 7 foot medium, and I feel like it could easily pass as a $99 rod. For budget, I think this is one of the top rods out there, the Daiwa Arid X 7 foot medium. You could throw topwater on it. That's what I was using mine for, was topwater. I never threw a jerkbait on it, but you could certainly do that. I'm trying to think. I have the Cash and jerkbait rod. I've got a few I'm trying to think that kind of come to mind. What was I throwing? Topwater. Oh, the Kistler one. It's definitely not a budget rod, but I really, really like that one as well. But it kind of depends, if I'm going the larger jerk baits or smaller topwater and stuff. So let's get back to questions. Have you seen anything in chat? I need to get back and start.
No, there's a lot of chatting back and forth with different things. Michael Bradley said that the Mojo was a 6'8" medium fast. The one I was talking about.
Oh, okay. Fury. Yep, the Fury is always a great line. I was actually testing out the new Maverick today, throwing a plopper on it just to see. I wasn't expecting anything because, yeah, it's still pretty early, but I just wanted to see how that rod did with topwater, and I'm really liking that rod. I've only had a couple days where I've caught a few on it, I think it was I was throwing a squirble,
A
but
squirrel?
I like it. I like it.
Squirrel.
Let's see what else we have going through here for questions. What other
Squirrel.
rods? TFO. I do like TFO rods. They've got a number of good ones. Arid X. Yeah, I agree, Hammer. Arid X, it could easily pass as $99 rod. I got the speaking of $99 rods, I have really, really liked the Daiwa Tatula XT, which is their $99 rod. I was actually going to click on that one to say
You were not sharing, FYI.
Oh, whoops. I was going to say that after I went to the Arid X. The Tatula XT, man, it is comfortable in hand. I have liked it a lot. Punch, when Punch was on, he said it was but I know he's got a lot of the higher price stuff, so he's probably, I think, subconsciously somehow comparing it to that. He said fit, look, and everything was good. He said it wasn't the most sensitive, and I haven't used it for like jig bottom contact stuff. I got the 7 foot something. Oh, just the 7 foot medium. And I was using it for the smaller chatterbaits, underspin, swimbait stuff, and I have really, really liked it. Where was I going with this? I had some. Oh, so at the same time I bought this one, I got the SLX, Shimano SLX. Talking about a $99 rod. I like that Arid X better than the SLX so far. I need to do more testing with it. But the new SLX that they came out with, I'm kind of... The Celis is another one that people don't talk about. This was a great budget rod. This was the rod I was using the day we went out on Dad's boat to that quarry and had all that topwater fishing in.
Yeah.
Throwing like a KVD sexy dog on this.
It's
awesome.
It's a step up in price range, but you didn't like the St. Croix Bass X, did you?
I only have the spin. Actually, I've got both. I've got the spinning and casting, and I don't think I've thrown the casting yet at all.
You should give that a shot. I really
should.
like mine. I really enjoy it.
I loved the Bass X spinning rod, and it's still one of my favorite spinning rods. But the problem was the reel nut where you screw the reel to tighten it just keeps screwing. Once it gets down to the bottom, it keeps popping over. So there was a couple people when I talked about it before said that
it's amended in there.
They said it was a known issue or something. They fixed it. I just put, if anybody has that ever happen to them, I've had this happen to a number of different rods. If that ever happens, just take some electrical tape and make like 2 passes on it, and it essentially works like plumber's tape. I mean, like when you're putting it on a pipe, just put it on those threads and screw it down, and it gets to that end part, and it's pushed all that tape in where it doesn't. What do they call that? It
grabs it and doesn't let it pop or slip or whatever.
What do they call that when you screw it too much and it pops over?
Not threaded.
Yeah, over threading. Anyway, yeah, just put some electrical tape on it and tighten over it, and it will all bunch up there and hold it. So,
Randall Pink, Debo, there's no secret to his Daiwa fanboyness.
I did see that. I am kind of secretly
very
a
open about it. You're not. There's no secret about it whatsoever. You're out. And
shut up, Randy. You're a Shimano fan now. Oh, I don't know. I don't really use many other reels. I pretty much only have Curados. Oh, I'm more of a Shimano guy. Sorry. Oh God, this guy. Randy's gonna be the type that when I finally get a better boat than my little 11-foot 75-year-old John boat, I'm gonna pull up in like a little bass tracker and be like, Randy, look at my new boat, and he'll be like, I only drive nitros. Sorry, bro.
I mean, would you be upset if I only drove nitros?
No, I'd be all right with that. I'd be like, all right, scoot over, nerd, let's go.
Right. Bastin with Big Malone's like, hi, Dizzle Maze here, and this is Mended.
Roger.
I'm like tearing stuff apart and mending it back together.
Hey guys, I cut a hole in this boat. I fixed it with just Mended. Roger, did you buy some and didn't care for them? Don't go off my word if that's what you said. Oh, stripped. There we go. Nick, that's the exact word I was looking for. Stripped. I couldn't think of it. Oh, Michael had it too. I know. I got punched in the head too much in my younger years. So Roger, let me know if you bought one. Let me know if anybody else has some too, and they feel like they're. I don't know. I don't remember which one I got, but I feel like it's the only reason I don't like is it's really stiff. Like I think I got the 7 foot like 2. Let me switch over. So I'm not saying it's a bad. Don't take my word right now and say, oh, Debo said they suck. I want to put more time in with them, but I think I got the 7-foot medium heavy, and it's not like a heavy rating. It's only 3/4 ounce. I
God,
might have got the 7 too. I don't remember.
that's such a bum out when you get a rod and you
I
don't
feel like it's like,
you
I
don't
don't
test it
know.
right, and it's just a broomstick. There's nothing worse for me anyway of just like casting a broomstick out there. I don't feel like I can do anything with it, and it's
Yeah, it's not
laborsome to
that
cast.
bad. I just noticed I was throwing swim jigs on it when I was doing testing, and I think I had a 1/4 ounce, and it felt way too light. I threw a 1/2 ounce and it felt fine, but
Sure.
I just felt like it was like heavier than what it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It didn't feel great. Like
I keep going back to that stupid
initial,
frog rod that I bought that one time from the Shields branded one.
yeah,
That was literally just a
that was a
broomstick.
telephone pole.
It was
It was
horrible.
a 7'2" heavy, uh, it was a 7'2" extra heavy in disguise as a 7'2" heavy.
Terrible.
Okay, what else we got for questions? What are you at for time? 55 minutes in. We'll do a giveaway
Um,
tonight. What should we
Owen
do for a
Owen
giveaway?
835 asks, is the Abu Max STX spinning combo any good? Do you have any take on that?
I did get some Daiwa spinning reels. I don't think I got that one. I got 2 of them. I think the SX and I think the Rocket. I did get a couple of the new Abu reels, the Revo X, the new one, which I didn't love, and I've got some talking to do about it because it's pretty much the same reel as the white one that Randy and I are using. I forget what the
Mhm.
name of it is, and I talked about it I think last stream, so more on that. But
Would you just call me?
I don't know. I don't know what I was just saying.
You said more
So,
on that.
oh, moron, and you answered to it. Yes. Oh, Rand. Hey, did you watch my unboxing the other day? I put a secret Easter egg in there for you to see if you watch it.
I haven't seen a video pop up on my feed from you for a long time.
Yeah, I only did one last week. I've been slacking work this
I'll have
week.
to go
I
out and
literally
double check.
almost, I don't even know what to say. Work was really bad this week. I thought one day I might get off work and just melt into the cement. But I didn't, thank goodness. Okay, what was I going to say here?
I'll check
Was
it
on
out and
some
then
sort
I'll
of train
I'll
of thought.
report back. Yeah,
Okay.
you were gonna look up something.
Yeah, I don't know. ADHD and it just
Squirrel.
10 things in my brain. Okay, I don't know. So what else we got for questions? That came in and went. Oh, giveaway.
Oh,
That's
you
what
were
I was
gonna
going to say.
giveaway.
So I literally only have room for one more. I have been naughty Debo and haven't sent anything out here for a minute.
So
Rob
you're
H,
gonna
I
give
still
away a
have you on here. I saw
Matanium.
you earlier. I still have a special for you. Cody, custom baits that I looked. Cody, if you're on, it was clear back in January when Cody won that custom bait, and I still haven't sent it. Cody, I'll hook you up. Cody, if you want a swim bait, I've got a couple swim baits already painted up. Let me know if you're watching. I don't know if Cody's on, but
Didn't you say you've said
on.
since January that you were all caught up on sending stuff? Am I wrong?
Except for those two, except for Rob and Cody. Rob knows he's getting something. Cody, I don't know if Cody's on, but yeah, I'm way behind. So okay, well, anyway, we'll draw a winner here. I've got room for one more person down yonder. This thing is the same as sponsored by Dizzle, and I appreciate him. He's a good cat.
The whiteboard?
Okay, so what do we got? What do we got for questions? Start hitting me with questions here, folks. What do we got? Metanium. There is no Metanium giveaway. Pong Yang. Time to sell all the stuff in the back. I'm a bit of a hoarder, if you can't tell. I apologize. It's my other hobby besides fishing, buying fishing stuff and hanging
Just
out
holding
with
on
it.
to it.
But what do we have for good questions?
I haven't seen a whole lot. We kind of
Zillion Debo almost as fast shipping stuff as Tackle Warehouse. Oh, hey, Hammer, that's rough. Yeah, Tackle Warehouse, they've gotten a lot better, but yeah, there for a while, man, it was rough. They were
Debo.
not my
You know what's in our future
what?
on our next fishing trip? It should just
I
be
have no
oodles
idea.
and oodles of fun.
Me pushing you in.
I got 4 reels from a website.
Oh gosh.
And
Dude,
they
like
all
why?
look They all look like they could be decent if you're standing 300 yards away. You're like, oh, those look nice. But the feel of every single one of them, I don't know if they just need to be lubed up a little bit or worked in or what. But I got 4 reels that we're gonna try
Are we
that I
still
ordered
talking
from the
about
website.
fishing?
Yes.
Lubed up and worked in, or what are we
Grow
doing here?
up.
What?
Grow up,
Oh,
people.
I was in chat. Somebody said it in chat. I was just reading it. I got
Grow
to
up.
preface these. Will, I will tell you that the
You
ugly
will?
stick carbon casting, is that the red ones? Hold on. Actually, now that I say that, that might be. I did get an ugly stick rod, if you remember from my pure fishing
You did. Didn't you huck
extravaganza.
it? Didn't you throw it the other day when we were out?
Yeah, it is the carbon casting. So back when Pure Fishing had the 50% off sale, I bought way more than I should have, a few $100s worth of things. This was one of them that I got for $40. And I'll tell you what, I really like the rod. Super comfortable. It's got the same thing here that the old arc rods used to have that I like, the sniper, where it's got like the 2-finger piece thing here. So like just your pinky fits back here. Everything else fits up here. And then like the grip is a weird, I don't even know what to say, like a weird
It's kind of like
texture.
would it
It's
be?
almost
It's
like a,
almost like a sandpaper, but a light, not
yeah, I don't know how
aggressive.
to say it. I mean, I don't know that these are going to be like the most
Oh,
sensitive rods
it's like
for
the it's
bottom
like
stuff.
the tape that they put on stairs, like so you don't slip on them, kind of,
Yeah, but
but
it's not
deeper.
hard, like hard scrubby, like it's like soft still, but like kind of tech. I don't know. Anyway, yes, and I tell you what, I actually really like the rod so far. I am a fan. This is the same one that I had that white Abu on. So
Yeah.
total all in, I'm $80 in this whole combo. Because I think the reel's $80, the rod's $80, and I got them both half off. So $80 for the whole combo, and it's money. I really like it. So you'll see more on that. Will. Okay. Mandate giveaway. Have I thrown a Tokyo rig this year? I have not. Dizzle, have you?
No. I don't think I've ever thrown one. You caught it? Didn't you catch a turtle on with a Hellgrammite on one?
Tokyo rig?
Wasn't that a Tokyo rig?
Oh, free rig is your. I'm sorry. I wasn't even thinking. I have not. Yeah, I've thrown a Tokyo rig a handful of times. And the 2 times that I've caught things on it, it has been a snapping turtle both times. So
Real quick, Digs Outdoors. The handle on that, the ugly stick is like a jacked up mountain bike grip. That's exactly
kinda,
what it
yes.
is.
Yeah, yep, kinda.
A little bit
Jack
more
Williams,
rougher or more aggressive like feeling
I would
though.
say less aggressive than like a mountain bike. I mean, it's
More abrasive, maybe.
no, I mean it's kind of smooth, but yet
Yeah.
it's got like that
Either
texture,
way,
so it's not like crazy. Anyway,
that's about the best
Jack,
analogy.
yes, stay tuned. There will be a Texas rig video. I did catch quite a few the other night on a Texas rig, so stay tuned. Longest bass rod you're willing to use? I would say comfortably I go up to like a 7.6 for most general like bass fishing stuff is the longest. I've got some Swimbait rods that are like 8 foot, but I wouldn't
Mm.
say I'm like comfortable and use those a lot. I use them when I want to feel cool, and then I remember how stupid I am because I don't know how to catch them on a swim bait. So
I want to say the longest rod I own is probably a 7.6, and I think I only have like one of them, if even that. I don't know. They have like 7.4, maybe
yeah,
7.4 is the longest. I don't know. I wouldn't even like. I wouldn't even be able to
Timu, isn't that the place you
comprehend.
got those reels from? Is Timu?
Yes,
You were
yes,
telling
it
me.
is. And
Uh
they're more than likely gonna be just horrible, but they can't be that bad as like a Wish reel or something like that. They weren't 78 cents for each of them.
I don't know.
Anyway, I would have
Any
no
hizzle.
idea what to do with those guys that are throwing those like 10-foot rods. Those things are ridiculous, and not like a crappie flipping rod either, but they're like,
So
remember when that was a big
large.
craze like a year or two
Rods are
ago?
so large. Yeah, they had limits you could fish like in the bass tour. Like I don't know. Yeah, I've never
Yeah, it was
got
like
into
under
all
10
that,
foot
but
or something. That is
I'm a
crazy.
bank fishing nerd for a lot of
You
it. It's
are.
just not practical.
You are.
Justin asks Debo Diz, what's the deepest we've seen bass spawning?
Mm.
I mean, bass can spawn out in 10, 12, probably more foot of water. It really just depends on the place that you're in. The thing with bass is, I think we oftentimes think shallow spawning bass like are always going to be super shallow, and there definitely will be bass spawning shallow. But the thing is, if you're in a place that is like a quarry, like we have, or a reservoir where it's, you get out from the bank 3 foot and it's already 75 foot down, it's those type of
Hmm.
drop offs. I mean, they'll be out in 10, 12 foot of water spawning. I've seen them on, by like a rock pile or like a brush. Generally, the thing is they'll have to have something like hard and something to feel confident around or
Hmm.
comfortable around. So, but I mean, they can be out, and you walk the banks and there's nothing around them. They've just got a hard bottom. They're on some rocks, and they fanned a bed out. So I don't
Traditionally,
know, but
what would you say? Traditionally, on average, no more than 7 foot, maybe around here,
I was going to say 6 foot. Yeah, I would say 6 foot and
somewhere
below
around
is
there.
where
Yeah.
we see most of them, but that's
Yep.
just what we see walking the banks. Yeah, I just don't think that they're always going to be. The one thing I will say though that surprised me as I got more into bass fishing was how shallow they will be. I mean, if they
Oh
have
yeah.
just enough water to barely cover their back, they can be in there spawning. I remember the local lake we had here before they tore it all up and destroyed it. There was like two. I don't know how you explain it. It's a huge like lake part, and then it cuts into like two spots where you can go into a bridge, and there's like a big long like canal that goes back to the second lake piece. And in that canal, like the water was way down, and like in parts of it, it was maybe 2 foot deep. But in certain parts of this, there was fish that had swam through in like 6, 8 inches of water and got back into this and were spawning in, 6, 8 inches, kind of down to 2 feet was all the deeper it was. And there was tons of bass in their spawning. So I remember that was kind of eye opening for me when I first saw that. I was like, geez, I wouldn't think they would like risk going back in there, but up in the shallow flats.
But yeah, you got to assume it's a risk reward type of thing. You're like, okay, well, if I can get back here and do this, there's a better chance that this is going to be a lot safer than tucking up against a bank out in the main waters.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's like what drives them to do, like, why would they choose there versus all the other hard, banks and
Right.
stuff of the main lake? I don't,
Yeah. No.
like you said, is it safety? I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a good question. Brennan asked if I will be buying a boat or a yak this year. Neither of those are on the radar for the year. I know.
Hey,
Boo, Debo's boring.
so I got a question for you that me and the old lady were talking about the other day. Just like,
Okay.
what is a long cast for you? Like, how long do you realistically think, oh, I bombed it out there? How long is that bomb out there? Like yards,
That's a good
feet?
it's a good question. Doing those casting tests really kind of put that in perspective to me. What's a long cast do you think? I'll
I
tell
know
you what kind of my average was in those casting tests that I
I was
felt
trying to
like
think back to
most
those
reels hit.
to I was trying to think back to those to remember what those ended up being, but I couldn't remember what they were. They were in the mid to upper 70s, weren't they? Or were they more than that?
More than
Hundreds?
that.
Like 120? Was that the big
Yeah.
one?
120 was like I feel like I could get most reels to that. That was throwing 12-pound line, I believe,
120 feet,
120
right?
feet. Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
not yards.
That would
That'd be
be
like throwing a daggum
ridiculous.
fishing lure over the mountain. So like
Over the
40
mount.
yards. But I remember when I was doing like I think it was a frog I was doing like in the first cast a long time ago when I was doing the
Is that the one where you changed the
bearings.
bearing? Yeah. Yep.
Yep. And I was hitting consistently with braid. I don't remember what size braid it was, but obviously braid's a smaller diameter. But I think I was hitting consistently 150s in that test, if I remember right. So
Pretty, I mean, impressive still, but
that's
like,
50 yards. I mean, that's half a football field, for a
and
long
that's like what,
cast.
a half ounce frog,
Yep. And that was with only
probably.
like I think it was a 7 foot rod.
I don't
So,
know
I
why it
mean,
came up or what we were watching or anything like that, but we were just talking and it's like, well, what's a good cast? What's a long cast? What's a average kind of cast? And I don't know. It just depends
what's
on what you're
chat
using,
say?
I guess.
Let's see what chat says.
Um,
Yeah, I'd say like 120 is a decent long
40,
cast.
40 to 50 yards. I see a lot of 40 yards, 50 yards, stuff like that.
Yep. That's what I'd say. I'd say, yep, right in there.
I feel like you lose so
Um,
much if you're trying to get out further than something like that. It's going to be so much more difficult to fill a strike, and connect with a good penetration on like any type of strike that you might have, you know?
Yeah, the only time I'm not afraid to do that is braid frogging, like because you just reel down on it and hammer
Yeah.
away, you know. So
Yeah.
Cisco still has it correct. Yes, Dizzle wears his Gookin hat backwards. We get it.
Twice.
We know Dizzle's always hiding the Guggen
Mhm.
garb.
Yep.
Shortest frog rod you would use. Yeah, I remember there was people talking about this. I think I was talking to Gramps about it, and Chad had like a short frog rod or something that he liked. I don't
What
know.
was
I mean,
short?
I've not messed with short frog rods. I've used a 7-foot. I would say 7.2 or 7.4 is usually my favorite.
But what's your short?
7 foot. 7 foot's
Really?
the shortest I've used for a frog. Yeah.
I think I've used like a 6'9",
Really?
6'9". Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Hmm.
just a short little compact, but it was a very rigid rod. I don't even remember what it was, but it was like 6'9", and it worked.
Nick said he likes a shorter.
Or was it a
Yep.
6'6"? It was sub 7, 100% sure of
Dang,
that.
really? Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say like a 7.2 overall for most all things. Like my kind of go-to is 7.2. For I feel like for my height, for most of the stuff I do, even bank fishing, 7.2 is kind of my favorite. Now, if I'm working like tip down stuff, like a jerk bait or like a topwater or something, I do like a 6'10, I would say is probably my
Yeah.
favorite for those, and that's bank fishing, of course. So like I could be on
Outside
a boat,
of
fishing a
outside of
7-foot
a
rod for
spinning
jerk
rod,
baits, no problem.
outside of a spinning rod, what's the shortest bait caster that you would use then? Just in general, doesn't matter what kind of technique or anything like that.
Like what do you mean?
So you're going out for a day of fishing and you're
Mhm.
looking at your 78 bajillion rods behind you.
I don't have that many. I've got like 20, maybe max.
20 bajillion. Okay. Um, and you're taking only bait casters and you're like, well, I'm probably going to get into some stuff where I'm really going to have to finesse a roll cast or a flip or a pitch. And it's going to be a tight spot. I got to overhangs, pitch under and all this stuff. What's the shortest rod that you would take with you on a day of fishing from the bank? Doesn't matter technique. You choose technique, any technique, all of the techniques.
So I'm just saying I want one short rod for skipping or jerk baits or all
Doing
that.
whatever. That isn't a spinning, non-spinning.
6.8 or
Casting.
6.10 would be my short.
Really? For the longest time, I was like, I probably wouldn't buy anything other than a 6'6". Like I was stuck on that 6'6" range. It felt kind of in my wheelhouse where I needed to be, but then I started doing different techniques and things like that and realized that, oh, I can't do all this stuff with the 6'6". I need something
Back in
bigger,
the day, that's all they were, though. I mean, like back when
True.
Dad and I were talking back, gosh, because a lot of that old stuff I sold, which I kicked myself in the nards for doing
You
that. But
should
when
do
I got,
that.
I know, like what it's been longer than that now. I don't know, 20. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, a lot of the rods we had were 6.6. That was very common back,
Yeah.
back in the like early 90s. Probably when I would have got some of the more recent ones, but
Then it started creeping up there, and yeah, and now honestly, I don't know as if I take out or have a whole lot other than
Mr. Gambit, I
7 foot
guarantee
rigger.
that would be a boring arse video, us chucking big baits all day.
Who defines big baits?
Yeah,
Me,
Fat
half
Boy.
ounce, no bigger than that.
I thought the same thing. You and your old lady are talking about who can huck a bait farther. Daggum. My old lady, the only time she would talk about hucking a bait is she would like to huck a bait at my face, I think is all.
Like throw all yours away.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's see. Let's pick a giveaway winner here. I just now thought about that, and then we'll get back into some questions. What do y'all got for questions? It is Q&A with Debo and the Dizzle. What'd Nick say? Oh, so I just suck. Thanks, Debo. I don't know. What did I say, Nick? I don't know. Hold on. I'll have to go back. Nick, tell me what did I say that I didn't mean to. If I said you sucked somehow, I'm sorry. Let's see. So people are talking about rod length, what they would take for the shortest. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I think I missed some stuff. Hashtag
Yeah.
Steez. Man, I wish I could give away a Steez. I would like to try one of the brand new Steez that are like $600 just to see what the the hubbub is all about.
I see, Debo. You should be pretty interested in this. There's a lot of pike talk going back and forth. I keep seeing the word pike
Ooh,
showing up.
I like pike talk. Pike topwater is so much fun, dude.
It's not terrible.
I don't consistently get into a good like subsurface. Those days where we're out and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna throw a spinnerbait and catch a bunch of pike today. It never happens.
No.
Like I would love for that to happen more, but it seems like we can usually get on a good pike topwater bite here and now.
849 Fat Boy said, down to the back and
Down to the back and bing.
Check this out, guys. Down to the back and bang.
Down the back and where is old Scott? I haven't seen Scott in Spool Speed show up on Instagram. Is he still around?
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Anything in him.
When you first told me about him, I was like, okay, I'll go check him out. And I went out to all of his videos. It was like, it almost seemed like every video was a down to the back and compilation. It was just like, bing! Like long bomb after long bomb after long bomb. So funny. Great stuff, though.
Let's see. What should we do for a giveaway tonight? Gosh, I didn't have anything planned. Will it be another random box? Should we do a theme? Maybe we should do a theme.
Debo. Paul Brown Jr., 851. What's the lightest rod you would use for frogging?
Medium heavy. I wouldn't go under a medium heavy. That's just me.
You know, that would be such an easier question to answer if there was an industry standard on what weights of rods were.
What should we do? Philip Cheek says, give away the Bruin. Is it not that great? Philip's got a couple of the Bruins. We could do that. We could give away the Bruin reel. I feel like that might be a members only or something. We'll talk about it. Damn, Bass with Big Malone. I don't have any good customs painted up. I've got some swim baits and that's about it. Should we do a swim bait? Texas Longhorn says huge. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me go grab a couple. I was going to get them put up on the site and sell them. And I am
not getting to it.
Dude, I have not painted in probably since December, dude. I don't even know if I'm going to keep the company, my side gig of painting lures going anymore.
Hey,
we'll see. I'm not
listen
sure.
Listen here. Get your lure. Go pick something out. We'll talk about it. I'll slap you in the face. You'll get back to doing what you need to do.
How about
whatever that means?
How about I get you on my off days, put you out in the garage, and get you to paint lures out there on your off days, huh?
Sure, I'll just be out there rifling through all your fishing stuff that's out there, taking whatever I want.
Dizzle, you're supposed to be out here painting baits. How come you made like 17,000 jigs out here?
Why are all your damn cargo pockets filled with jigs? What's going on?
What the hell's going on out here? Get the painting lures, nerd. You said I make it, I take it. Okay, let me present here. Giveaway tool. Okay, hold on. I'll go grab a couple. We'll see what the chat says they want.
All right. Did he take earbuds out? I think he did. Debo, you can't hear me, can you? Nope. All right. So it was funny. The other day he talked about, oh, maybe that's something we'll do for members only. For some reason on my videos you might want to watch or interested in on YouTube. It was one of DEBO'S before I was like doing any type of live or member only lives. Not that we've done a whole lot, but I sent him a screenshot of it, of him, and underneath it was like members only on the live. And I sent it to him and he's like, what is this? I don't know what this is. What does this mean? It's a different language. I don't get it. Oh, hey buddy. How's it going? Hey, buddy. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing happened.
Where's my headset?
Nothing happened. Don't worry about it.
All right. Do I even want to know what Dizzle's filling you all full of here? Don't believe any of the lies that have been spewing from his.
I was just.
Okay.
I remembered the what's it called, the screenshot I sent you about the members only the other day. And you're like, what is this?
We got a, this is kind of like a crappie pattern I was going for, crappie-ish deal here. This one actually turned out pretty cool. This is probably my favorite out of all of them. So it can be that one.
Real quick, are you
able to like pick? I'll show everybody, then the winner can just pick. How about that?
Can you turn off your screen or turn your screen brightness down? You're getting a massive reflection off of that, and it's not doing it justice.
Hold it this way.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better.
So this one actually has glitter all throughout the clear coat. It is a purple with a chartreuse belly and like blue-ish fins and cheek highlights that I painted in. Sorry, that was kind of loud.
And it's broken now too, so you got
this
that
was
going
my
for you.
second favorite one. So this one is halfway
Ooh.
see-through. It's not going to do it justice on here, but it's, oh, there you can see it.
Ooh.
This is color shift paint. So it's purple that shifts to this green. And it's the crackle pattern that's see-through with a white crappie pattern over the top of it. There.
You can get it kind of. You don't have like a flashlight or anything near you. You can shine it through the back at all.
No,
maybe that would be good.
This is your typical shad. Little pink on the belly, little blue on it. Shad pattern. This one I was going for. Okay, here, let me see. What do you guys think? What does this look like?
Clownfish.
It was supposed to be like a graffiti cartoon drawing.
Okay, yeah, no, I get that. I just said clownfish. That's the first thing that popped in my head. But yeah, no,
so
I get
it should look like a comic / cartoon drawing.
That old school 13 video game. You remember that first-person shooter? That was fun.
This one has glitter all throughout the clear coat as well, and this is a tearaway zebra pattern. So it's got the
what kind of eyes you got on those?
Black midnight purple. Dog's going crazy up there. Dude, he never barks. That's weird as hell. Okay, anyway, tearaway zebra pattern underneath. So
cool.
There you go. Oh, and this one. I did have this one too. So this was a pike one that I did up. Yeah, it's like a wake bait. So winner can pick whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, there he goes. So what was your guys' favorites on there? Honestly, I liked the first and the second, but like I said, that reflection from the glare of the monitor really didn't do it justice whatsoever. It was
oops.
I've seen some and they're awesome. Oh,
how about this view?
That's a good one. That's good.
There we go. Okay. So anyway, yeah, winner can pick whichever one, doesn't matter to me. If you are Canadian brethren, we'll see.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Probably won't send it.
Don't get to that yet.
Depends.
How about
what I've got?
We're at 124 likes with 297 watching right now. We should probably get that number up a lot more than what that is before we do a whole lot there. Just saying. That's just me.
Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, like it. It's free to like. 128 entries is all, huh? Man, I thought there'd be more than that for a custom painted DEBO'S Swimbait. 129 entries.
Swimbaits.
Hashtag Swimbait if you'd like to be entered. I will draw here in just a second. So hashtag Swimbait, custom painted by me, signed. Yes, Canadian brethren, you'll get a gift card of some sort. Let's see. Must be present to win.
Yep.
And then you'll email me your stuff per the Dizzle jargon.
Do you want to God, I just had it in my head. Dang it. Don't you hate when you were like, you got a good one, it's gonna be super funny, and then you want to say it and then you don't, and then you lose it? Yeah,
it's all right. We knew it wouldn't be funny, Dizzle, so thanks for saving us the
Hellabass in here.
Debo, you getting on the hairy dice craze? I don't know. What's that mean? Also, who was it? Was it Daniel? Daniel, why did I hate you? Is Dizzle fuzzy for anyone else? I don't know. Or is Hella asking? Never mind. I'm not going to go there. Let's see. Okay, we're at 160. That's what I was kind of guessing we'd have for entries. So I'm going to go ahead and pick here. Oh, entries are case specific. Really? I didn't think they were.
Really?
Hold on, let's see here.
You changed that?
It goes up to 163. No, they're not case specific.
What about now?
Oh, maybe it was somebody else. Yeah, went up one more. I don't know. Maybe they are. I'm pretty sure they are not case specific though.
Maybe we going forward do it either or, and that's part of the thing before we run or even bring up the what's it called? Do the disclaimer ahead of time. Present to win. Email Debo, the United States. God, what was the other one? Oh, at either Debo at me in the chat if you happen to win, to make sure that you are here so I can see it better, easier, quicker, faster.
Yeah, all the things that Dizzle just rattled off there. Okay,
Here we go.
Who's it gonna be? Oh, I just
saw
saw
my
you
name.
there, Dizzle.
That's like the second time I've ever seen my
Dizzle.
name.
Behorn. Behorn. Are you in relation to
Behorn.
Jeremy Horn? Okay, here we go. Behorn. Oh, first we better make sure Behorn is here.
Behorn.
It wasn't Joshua Simonson, so we know it's not rigged today.
It's Joshua Simonson's burner account.
Oh, fuzzy dice were those things they were using at the Classic. Was that those square things with the like the skirting material shoved through it? I don't know about all that. I think that's frog fur.
Elliot, thanks for tagging me that you didn't win. I appreciate that.
Behorn, are you present? And then we'll take a few more questions, and then we're getting out of here.
And for Elliot's comment, we're going to go into fishing license talk now.
I'm here. Yeah. Next is fishing license trivia. Stay tuned for the after party. Okay,
and there's negative 16 viewers now. That's awesome.
And I have 785 dislikes. Okay, Behorn, email me debosfishing@gmail.com with a screenshot of your YouTube so I know it's you, and your address for where to send it. Oh, and let me know which one in the email. Send me which one, and I can send you pictures too if there's one you're not sure of that you thought you might like. I can send you better pictures than what was shown on here.
Dang, you're getting offers already. Connor said he'll buy the green purple one second you showed. Behorn doesn't want it. Did you hear me? You're not paying attention? Here, this is where he turns around and smacks the microphone for no apparent reason whatsoever. Dong. Hey, did you hear me? He didn't hear me that entire time I was talking. Why would...
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I said that you're already getting offers for different lures in the comments right now. Connor said that he'll take the green and purple one. The second one you showed, Behorn doesn't want it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I should probably put them up, and I just haven't. I don't know. If somebody really wants one of those, if you want to purchase one, hit me up. I might do a little sale on them, and because like I said, I'm not sure what's going to happen with the lure painting side gig, if that's going to keep going or not. So, let's
Debo,
see.
I'll talk to you about it, buddy.
Debo,
BRB, be right back.
Okay, Evie, here's a good one. How do you catch I think she was going to say pressured bass, maybe? Persevere?
Sketch?
I don't know.
Sketchy?
Is this I don't know. I would say really pressured bass. I would say try to get to the places that nobody else is getting to. And be very specific with your casts. So places where you might be able to fish 3 feet out from a log and get a bite. If it's really pressured, you might be having to get like within inches or into that little dinner plate size hole of moss where nobody else is going to. So
one thing that I will say that Debo does a way better job of doing than what I do is he tries to get to those spots where the traditional person's not going to go, especially if you're bank fishing. Like he's going, you guys remember Turtle Man back in the day? I feel like Debo is a Turtle Man of bank fishing.
Dude, I loved watching Turtle Man back in the day. He's
going to go rogue. He's going to just do whatever he needs to do to get to a spot to be able to make a cast on what he feels like is a good percentage of catching a fish at. So that's another thing you can look at as well.
So the moral of the story is watch Turtle Man and then go fishing. Lure paint, dude, David, I had that planned as I'm going to paint a crap ton of baits, and I didn't paint really anything. Like it was pathetic. So that's what I mean. I don't know, like the space it takes up. I've got some things to work out in of what I'm going to do moving forward on some stuff. So here's a good one. Ooh. This or that. Do you prefer a medium heavy rod or heavy for jigs? Dizzle, how about you as the jig aficionado?
What my meta is a heavy. The meta is a heavy, and I really like it. The majority of the time, I've run with a medium heavy though. I would say Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I would say for bank fishing most of the time, 3/8 ounce or less, even like a flipping jig, a medium heavy most of the time. But I feel like once I get into a boat, 1/2 ounce is like the standard, and it's always a heavy for me. So I'm kind of got two that I always go to, depending on if I'm bank or boat.
Oh, I was saying, I don't know if you don't watch any type of YouTube videos whatsoever, but everybody's
Not
big thing
much,
now is
unless it's something
doing,
that somebody shares with me.
what is it? Everybody's doing whatnot auctions. You're doing whatnot auctions in all your vidges. You
I
just
don't know what a
it's
whatnot auction
live.
is.
It's a live auction. People sign in and they just give you money for different things that you're selling, I guess. I don't know. And it's all
What?
live and it goes fast, like 30 seconds or a minute or something for
Do they have
each
an announcer?
item.
Hey, I'm in a foreign, got this.
Yeah, it's you.
Sold.
It's you. You just do that. You just be like,
I do that for 30 seconds. Hand here, foreign, got
Brennan,
it
you
here,
got it.
quarter.
$75. He's like, wait, I didn't bid. I didn't bid
Joshua
anything. Nope,
Stevenson
it's on you.
again.
$75. Sending you a bill. Here we go. Next item.
Cooler lid. Man, I wish I could make enough to sell those. Those are, I would say, hit up Pig Jigs. Good dude. I actually just bought some stuff from him, a hat. He sent me a couple little goodie extras. We were talking back and forth. I did want to give him a shout out because I remembered somebody I'd seen him. There's only a couple people that I've seen make those EWG NEDs. I would say hit up Pig Jigs. Tell him I sent you. I'm sure he can get you a good bundle of stuff if you're looking for some of those, but I know he does make them and sell them. So look him up on Instagram. He's a very nice dude. I did buy one of his lids that I'm pretty excited about. He's got a cool logo. Let's see. There was another question I just saw.
There was a donation as well.
Where is it? Live? Live action. Yes, Turtle Man, dude. I loved watching Turtle Man. I am so like redneck Southern, like in the blood. Like anytime I go, so I grew up in Missouri, so I'm not saying that as some sort of derogatory term. I grew up in the
Missouri.
sticks in Missouri. And once you get to Southern Missouri, it's like, it's kind of scary type stuff down there. We were in Northern Missouri, but I lived down on my grandparents had a farm. And dude, still to this day, anytime I start driving in the country, like if I'm going back home or like today fishing and I start smelling manure, it always takes me back to either my grandparents or my buddy's farm. I love it. I love it, dude. It's weird as hell, but I love smelling like manure when I'm driving through the country. Strange. I know. I'm also the guy that likes flat pop. What else is weird? We need to do a members live and talk about weird things that we like that other people wouldn't.
I like room temperature food.
Yeah, I'm down with some room temperature stuff.
Like, no, everything. Like, you name it, I would rather have it at room temperature than
Mega Buster
hot
with the
and or
$2
cold.
bomb said, F the dislikes. I enjoy these streams. Well, thank you, brother. I'm out of my my Hawkeye drink, so hit you with a little Chick-fil-A.
Just for that, more fishing license talk. Here we go.
Just for that. How much does a Canadian fishing license cost? Down to the back end. Let's see what else we got for questions. We'll go for a little bit longer here. We've still got 240 people watching. Mega Buster, thank you for the $2 bomb, my friend. I appreciate that a lot. Salsa or queso? Queso, hands down, not even close. What else do we got for questions? Dizzle, how about you? Are you a salsa?
Wait, Cisco, what? Yeah, Cisco said, what? No, sir, flat pop, no. This dude I've watched so many times. He'll crack open his Coke Zeros, let all the carbonation out, take a small sip, close it back up, and then shake the hell out of it. Open it up again, let the fizz out, close it again, shake the hell out of it again, rinse, repeat until there's no carbonation left whatsoever.
Yes. I don't like it completely flat, like, oh, this pop got left open for 5 weeks, like where there's just a tiny tickle of fizz. Uh-oh, fishing for potatoes. How much do you see that when you're out fishing?
That's a little too north for the banjo to come out, I think.
Dude, it is not. When you get Southern Missouri, I'm telling you, it's even Northern Missouri. As soon as you cross the river going into Missouri, it's like it's a different deal.
How far down south have you been?
I have been down south, Mr. Randall. So
to the Gulf?
I've been to Florida. and
Well,
through the states.
that's a different type of down south. That's Florida man territory, sir.
I have not been to like southern Texas, Louisiana. Louisiana is one place on my list that I would like to go to. I don't have a bunch of like lists, but
Yeah.
just go hang out with some of those guys and like go fishing and stuff down there. Love the Cajun accent, love Cajun food. I
You know
am
what's
all
crazy?
in.
So, like, I've been to Alabama a few times. There was a music festival I went to back in the day, but they're like,
Yeah, exactly, Joseph. Yeah, fresh air. When you smell the manure, fresh air. That's
oh my
exactly what I say.
God.
Go ahead.
The
Anyway,
people of
keep going.
Alabama, I do have to say, are probably some of the nicer people I've ever ran into in the United States. And I haven't been to a lot of states, maybe 30, mid 30, 40 of the 50 United States. I've been to a few, but these guys, they're very nice down there. Just saying, it just happened to come up that way.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would say everywhere that I've been, I wouldn't say there's a place where it's like people say the Midwest, like, oh, everybody's so great. But it's like everywhere I've been, I've had good, like really good and really crap experience. Sorry if kids are listening, earmuffs. Really good and really bad experiences. Pretty much everywhere that I've been.
I know I'm pretty
I don't know.
awesome, so
Oh
just
my
saying.
gosh.
No, but what
Okay,
I'm
what else we
saying, it's
got for
like
questions?
I know
Cold
around
pizza.
here
Oh,
there's
cold pizza is awesome.
cold pizza is like wait, when you say cold pizza, are you talking left out
Straight out the
pizza or
fridge.
put in the fridge?
I'm talking straight out the fridge in the morning for breakfast.
Have you gotten down on just leave the pizza out overnight on the stovetop? Get
Absolutely
at it in the
not. That's
morning.
disgusting. No.
What?
That's like,
Try it.
oh, hi. Can I have a side of botulism with that pizza? Sounds delicious. Can you tell me, Caesar said, can you tell me what a special jig casting rod is? That's the funny thing about jig fishing is there's so many different jigs on the market now. It's pretty crazy. Let's see. Did my wife just email me I need to come up? What was that all about?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, I guess not. I thought I said something that said you need to come upstairs. Okay. Anyway, I don't know what that was, but let's see. I gotta know. Dude, I wish we would see Randy's channel go live as soon as he hits 1,000. How many
It's
subscribers do
live.
you have,
It's out
Dizzle?
there.
Oh, let's go look this up
300 and some.
because people ask, what is Randizzle's channel? If I search Dizzle's Fishing, Darsizzle comes up first.
Not Darsizzle.
They look 98% identical if you go look at Darsizzle
Yeah.
and then
Yep.
Dizzle. Oh, dude, it doesn't come up when you search Dizzle's Fishing.
Is it all
It
one?
used to.
You're not sharing, so I don't know how you're researching it.
No, I don't want to be showing off you and
Okay.
Darsizzle here on the Lookalike channel. What the hell? Anyway, I've got it linked in some of my things. Oh my goodness, dude! When you search Dizzle's Fishing, there's a lot of people that don't really look like Dizzle. Q Dizzle Fishing? What in the world's going on here? Anyway, I don't know. When you're bored one night, go down the rabbit hole of trying to find Dizzle's Fishing and subscribe to him.
No, all you gotta do. Oh my god.
Let's see. What do we got?
Leading
Yeah, I
people
would say
astray.
that's true. Fishing for potatoes. Once you get to Arkansas, that's 100% for sure. You're hearing the banjos going off. Let's
Did you
see.
do Dizzle's Fish In?
Is it Dizzle's Fishing? No, I didn't. I'm gonna let people search for it.
That's your
Boggy Creek in
problem
Arkansas
right
is where the Bigfoots are. Yeah,
The big feeds?
I'm not gonna go out there to search for them.
Oh, what's that over there? Oh,
Hey, what's that? Oh,
there's a Bigfoot.
Dude, I wanted to believe
me.
in Bigfoot for so long.
I did the call. Don't worry, it was me.
No, snow cone or ice cream. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of like frozen treats.
Ooh,
not really at all. I would definitely go ice cream over a snow cone. I have no need for a snow cone.
I am at 311.
Dang.
Balling out of control.
I would say so too, Paul. If Bigfoot were real, I would guarantee that he were harmless and he would just want to hide. He ain't gonna be fighting.
He's
nobody.
like Harry.
Yeah, Harry and the
He's
Hendersons.
misunderstood.
Exactly.
He wants to get back to his family. That's all he wants. I wish I.
Oh, the question about the special casting rod for jigs. So I would say like the weird thing about jig rods is like you can talk to 5 different guys who like 5 different types of rod for jigs. But when you go out and look at Oh, Brendan, not even close. Iced coffee 110% of the time.
Ooh.
Hot coffee gives me the poopies. I don't want any part of that.
Do you ever do like a cold brew yourself? Do you make cold brew yourself?
I've tried, yeah, and it tastes like crap. So I donate half my paycheck to Dunkin' every month. So for jigs, there's so many different skipping jigs, unless you're really getting into like finesse jigs, like smaller stuff or something like that. I don't look for a ton of difference. I would just say get the type of rod that you like. So some people like a more moderate action rod for throwing jigs. Some people like a little bit faster. Some people like a little bit longer rod. I would say just like find an overall jig rod that you like and go with that. I wouldn't worry about the names as much because yeah, like Dizzle said before, there's no.
You got to get it in hand. You got to feel it. You got to. The bad thing about, for me anyway, the bad thing about a jig rod is I have to actually fish with it.
Gator said easy on the Arkansas jokes. He must be an Arkansas boy.
Who
I
just
kid.
said
I
that?
love all the folks. There's no banjos.
Cisco again. What would be Bigfoot's PB?
Dude, I don't know.
It would be
It's
a
a good
world
question.
record. I would have to assume.
Let's see. Okay, let's do a couple more questions and then get out of here. We're at an hour for. I feel like we need to do a members only of random questions, not fishing. Like it'll have to be in big letters, not fishing related. Just hang with us and talk.
It's gonna be me and
stuff.
Debo out there, like, hey buddy, how's it going?
This is what it would be. We would get on this sort of track of Bigfoot live action. Let's see.
And then we just make fun of each other.
I'm down.
I'm down too.
Okay, what do we got? A couple more questions, then we're getting out of here. What do we got?
Hook Life at 9:21. This one's more for the chat, not necessarily for you. River fish, lake fish.
I am for sure a lake fishing guy most of the time. I like fishing rivers. Big rivers scare me because I've got a little 11-foot John boat and I've about capsized in semi-rough water. And by that, I mean like 3-mile-an-hour winds.
Let me throw an additional asterisk on that question. Current or no current with that as well, if you happen to choose. It's I guess, follow-up. For either one, really. You can get a current.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really care current or not. I mean, if you're in a river, you're going to have both of those, right?
I'm mo better at like lake, pond, still bodies of water fishing just because I've done it more often. However, the fish that you catch in the river, they're just like they're from the bad side of town. They're on the other side of the tracks. They're mean, they're tough. I feel like they fight way more than, their brethren from the lakeside. You know what I mean?
Mean fish. I agree. Yeah, when you get on the river fish, they are as the pros would say, they got shoulders.
Should we get into some wading fishing? Some wade fishing going on?
I could see. So Hook Life, that's a great point. So I always have my rubber like knee boots with me, and I can't tell you how many times
wade fishing.
I know. Let me finish. Don't tell me how to live my life. Can I finish? Those have come in handy so much. So I could see the appeal to wade fishing, or like if we could find some cool creeks to throw on the old hip waders and go out walking.
No, I'm talking flops and get in there.
Oh, dude, I hate wet feet. Like I despise wet feet. I hate flip-flops. Flip-flops are useless.
We'll get you some aqua socks. We'll get you in there.
I'll have chest waders on and go walking around with you. You can go out in your little.
I'll put on my lawn mowing shoes and meet you out there, bud.
Okay. What else we got? River fish have bigger tails. That's an interesting thing. I wonder if they do overall to deal with the current.
You would
natural
selection. I would think they would probably have a bigger tail and be more slender, longer type of fish.
Dude, I have
more aerodynamics.
I have zero ambition to go whitewater rafting ever. That I don't want to die. Appeal to me.
There's a better than 0% chance that you die when you do either one of those things. Down whitewater. Appeal.
The only float tubing I've done did not involve fishing. It involved dad pops. That's the only float tubing I have done.
Ugh. I did one once, and the river was much lower than what we had anticipated, and the hour trip ended up being almost 4, and everybody at the end was
Ooh.
just like, "Is this done with yet?" It was
I
more
hate
walking
this.
than anything else.
Yeah, no fun. All right, listen, we are at an hour 45. I think it's time to turn in. Everybody go on the YouTubes tonight and do a search for Dizzle's Fishing. See where you end up in the rabbit hole. If you find him, give him a reward and subscribe to his channel. If you find other stuff, then hey, have fun. I don't know what you're going to get into, but listen, we'll be here again next Saturday night, and we'll probably have a members live coming up where we'll just be hanging out. Maybe we'll be making baits in the garage, talking crap to each other, just making some baits or something. I don't know what all's going on, but it'll be a good time. So love y'all. We will see you all again next Saturday.